Stage 2, because my studies are never done. They're constant continuation. I cannot shut up about this. So I just did a video called Pontius Pilate and identified this dark mystery, this dark saying, this dream as the flood. And it is what it is. This is non-debatable. So I made a claim that there are no physical people mentioned in the Bible. Your Nebuchadnezzar II, I see that as a self-fulfilled prophecy. And he failed miserably. And why you guys lie about it confuses me. So let's get into the Pontius Pilate continuation of these names. Caesar, I'll do a video on that. It means to be severed. It means to be severed. You've been cut off. You have been cut off by the sword. Okay? So let's get into this physical Caesar that is mentioned named Tiberius. This is complete, total, utter blasphemy is what this is. Which is why if you continue to tell me it's Tiberius, I believe your book needs to be burned. It needs to be burned. If you ever show me physical evidence that Jesus was a man who walked somewhere over there in the Middle East, it's a total lie all of a sudden. Burn it. It's a total lie. But Jesus is who he says he is. And you just have to look. You just got to look. So let's get into this Tiberius, this so-called physical God that's mentioned in that book that should be burned, if that's what you want to say. You introduce culture and tradition, and as a result, you add and remove the word and profane his name and blaspheme it, because this isn't even what Tiberius means at all, just like with Pontius Pilate, just like with Caesar, just like with Nebuchadnezzar, just like with your Pharaoh. I could go on and on. On and on. So let's get into this Tiberius. He is mentioned in Luke 3:1. Now, you're not going to get any truth in face value. There's the remainder of this verse that I still yet to break down. Herod's next. Herod's next. I've mentioned him quite a few times about the table and John being beheaded and all this. And he looked outside, said, "Is that John resurrected?" And it was Jesus walking with his wife, taking all of them. Anyway, so I'll get into Herod next. Right here, we're going to do Tiberius. This is a river that literally flows through Rome. Okay, this river it's dark, it's black. This is what it means. Okay, it means the dark lord of the sea. What has been my doctrine? Okay, and to put witnesses and emphasis on this claim, let's review John 6:1. After these things, Jesus went over the Sea of Galilee. We're not talking about a puddle of water. Galilee is literally the circuit, the encompassment. It's the rising of all the nations is literally what Galilee means. A subscriber of mine had a question. He didn't understand the encompassment, how he drapes you in his garment. Galilee is the key, my friend. Look into Galilee. You will see this circle, what I'm talking about. You will see it. Anyway, which is in the sea of the black. The black, what have I been saying? And a great multitude, which is the waters. God speaks with a voice of many waters as a multitude. Okay? And they followed him like a flood, because they saw his miracles which he did on them that were deceased. The mourning, your Leviathan, those dead in the tombs, the dark ones, the black, the Cush. And Tiberius is literally your Nimrod. Just like your Tyre, just like your Nebuchadnezzar, just like your Pharaoh, just like your king, just like your general, just like your centurion. He is a God, and when he says go, you go, and when he says you do, you do. It's amazing. And Jesus marveled, because you are in his encompassment. He stands on both sides of this split rock. Yes, he does. And the waters, the living waters, bring forth abundantly. And they come from the deep. We're going to get into this. Let us continue with John 21:1. After these things, Yahshua's salvation was in the midst again. In the midst of the woman. To the disciples of the sea of the black ones, the dark ones. And on this wise he showed himself. He was revealed. may the darkness receive light. Raphaim. From darkness to light, that is a water walker. And the darkness comprehended it not. That is why you belong to Caesar. We're going to get into this right here. Matthew 22, 15 through 22, Mark 12, 13 through 17, and Luke 20, 20 through 25. Jesus said, give to the severed that which is cut off. The Tiberian ones, the black. No one is physically mentioned in the word. Only you are, because that is the deliverance of his law. He cannot walk in the flesh until he is delivered. And for the rest of you, he stands on you. And for people like me, he rolls you away, which is part of this definition too, part of this term. We'll get into that. We'll expand here. It rolls this rock away. And I had to edit because I came back in here with the Tiber, just in case people, you fail to exercise the etymology root word research, because it's based off the Tiber, which is in darkness, and it means to be blind. It also is in reference to waters to be deep, dark, and hazy. It's literally what the Tiber means. And in the ancient mythology stories, a beast rises from this blackness. Did I tell you it runs right through Rome? It does. So I just wanted to bring more biblical awareness to this comprehension. Your Tiberius is not a man, although it is filled with them. Beasts of the field. And they need Jesus. So, this is all done for your benefit. You are all children lost in the wilderness, and the Leviathan produces the meat for those wandering through the desert. May there be manna. And may the waters bring forth abundantly. Thank you for your participation. We appreciate it.